Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome. Come on in. I'm Belinda Sandor. Thank you for coming today. I'm very excited to kick off this time with you. This is the beginning of the VA Business Launchpad. And today we're going to start with mindset training. We're going to have a mindset session each day before our training. And it's really important. It's really important. So thank you for coming. Let me know in the comments where you're coming from. If you are watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, or our business page, I'll be able to see the comments. Otherwise, I'll circle back around and see the comments in the other groups where we're live streaming later on. It's a function of our software, unfortunately, but let me know where you are if you're coming in from there. So thank you for coming, and grab something good to drink, cozy in a little bit, because what we're going to talk about this morning is really important. So mindset is critical. It's critical. And in fact, I've heard a statistic that 80% of, well, actually, let me flip it around. 20% of running a successful business is strategy. 20% is strategy. 80% is mindset. 80% is mindset. Can you believe that? Right? And I was so shocked when I started my own business to learn that. I thought, just tell me how. Just tell me how. But think about it. We all know how to be our ideal weight, right? Exercise, lean fruits, meats, vegetables, and eat fewer calories than we take in. We all know how to have plenty of money, spend less than you make, right? So the knowing isn't enough. It's really about the mindset behind it that sets us free. That's really it. All right, good. So we've got Donna is here, awesome, and Gia is here. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And RS, that's Robin, I think. Robin from Kansas, yes. Crystal is here from Toronto. Good morning from Texas. Yes, we have, let's see, and Crystal Denise is here from, like I said, Texas, and Eunice is here from Kenya. So we are represented in 47 countries, guys. We have had over 2,000 people sign up for this training. It's very exciting. And Cheryl is here from Vermont. It's probably getting a little cold up there in Vermont. Yeah, that's awesome. Chris. So I want you to think about what happens in your brain. Okay, what happens in your brain? So we all have voices in our brain, in our mind, and they're talking to us probably all the time. Now, if you didn't know this, we all have those voices. We all have those voices. I know for a long time, I thought I was the only one. Like I thought there was something wrong with me, but we all have those voices, and I call them chicken chatter. And the reason I call them chicken chatter is I have 25 chickens in my backyard, and I used to have this one chicken. She passed away about a year ago. Her name was Lillian. And Lillian was like, Henny Penny, the sky is falling. I would go out and see her, and she would just be like, "Pop, pop, 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 pop," and just talking, and it sounded like the voice in my head, which was relentless, like pop, 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 pop. So I named it chicken chatter. So that's where that comes from. Now we have to intentionally choose our thoughts, right? We have to intentionally choose our thoughts. We can't believe everything that's in our heads. It will drive us crazy, and we'll never be successful, right? We'll never be successful. So we can't believe everything that is in our heads. Otherwise, we're going to stay exactly where we are. And you're just going to be fighting an uphill battle if you don't pay attention to what's in your brain. Okay. Now, one of the reasons that I've been able to grow a successful virtual assistant business is about 22 years ago, something big happened. My dad passed away, and I needed to make some changes. And I started monitoring my thoughts. I started thinking about what I was thinking about, what I was telling myself. And it's been a very long journey. I'm still on the journey of being intentional with my thoughts, but you can start right now. All right. You can start right now, because when we make decisions based on our thoughts, they become beliefs, and then they hurt us, and it happens automatically. We don't even know it, right? Now, so here's some examples. All right, so you see someone who has a successful virtual assistant business, and you think, I can't do that, right? I can't do that. And then you believe it. And then what happens? It's true, right? Or you think learning something new is too hard, right? And you believe it. It's too hard, and you believe it. So you quit before you even get started. I know because I used to believe these statements too, but really I was just scared. That's all. I was just scared. So today I'm going to teach you a tool that helps me. I use it all day long. That helps me get through my fear every single day. All right. And it helps me specifically manage my thoughts, and it gets me into action, because action is where it's all about. Okay. Now, before we jump in, I want to make sure you all know about the VIP experience. How many of you have signed up for the VIP experience or even know what it is? Okay. So this is an opportunity to take the VA Business Launchpad next level. Now, if you decide not to do it, let's say you can't afford it, I get it. It's not going to make your experience less. This is still action-packed. We spent hours and hours and hours getting ready for you. It's going to be a complete experience. And if you want to take it next level, like I think I sent you guys an email where I was talking about my daughter's always like, let's make it, let's make all of it, let's take all of it. This is the way to do that. Okay, this is the way to do that. So we've made it very, very, very affordable for you guys. All right. Now, as of this morning, 35 people have decided to take this next step. And I want to tell you how it works. Okay. So each day that we have the 3-day training, we're going to have an hour-long session on Zoom together. Okay. And we're going to review what we talk about in the Launchpad. We are going to talk about the homework. And most importantly, you can ask me anything you want. Anything you want. It's not like this where I read it in the chat and then I try to answer the question. It's a conversation, right? It's a conversation. And so we can jump in. All right. So that's one piece of it. The other piece is that you're going to have lifetime access to all of these trainings. Okay. All of these trainings. For everyone else, you're going to go away in a couple of weeks and you'll have to wait until we do them again to access them. They are going to be yours in a little portal. I'm going to show you in a minute. So you'll have the mindset sessions, you'll have the VA Business Launchpad sessions, and you'll have the VIP sessions. Okay, and let me show you the portal. So here, let's see, how can I do this? All right, let's go like this. All right, and then I'm going to hold on a second, do this. Okay. So so right here, this is the dashboard of the VIP experience. So this is what you'll get. There's a welcome video from me here. You'll get the calendar of events you can download right here. The Q&A sessions, the recordings will be right here. You can see there's not anything in there yet. The VA Business Launchpad trainings will be right here. Again, there's nothing in it yet, but you will get, and here's where the chicken chatter will go, the bonus set. We're going to have some bonus sessions. Now, here's where it gets exciting, because I pulled together the ultimate VA resource library for you. And this is where you'll get my guides on how to start your own VA business, best tools and apps, networking secrets for introverts, the ultimate virtual assistant money-making task list. I'm going to give this to you today anyway. And also how to get great clients. So you're going to get all of this right away. And then you're going to get a template bundle. You're going to get the revenue calculator. I'm going to show it to you today. If you want your own, it's right here. You're going to get a new client onboarding checklist, and you're going to get a discovery call guide. All right. So all of that you can sign up for at VAVIPexperience.com. All right. So let me just see if there's anything else I want to tell you about that. It's really fun. It's really fun to come in and get your questions answered, because I know you guys, I've been thinking about you for a while, getting ready for this training, and you have questions, right? You have questions, and it's hard sometimes to do this interaction on a live stream, with 2,000 of your new best friends. So if you want to come in and get those questions answered, this is for you. So it's $17, one-time payment. That's it. Okay. And it's not too late. Our first meeting is at 2:00 today, and I'd love to have you. All right. So, okay. So every day that we're meeting. So here's what I want to say. Sorry, I get excited. Our next training is today at noon. All right. The VA Business Launchpad is today at noon. And so set a timer on your phone. I know I do that all the time because I get excited about something. I have ADHD. And, I keep my phone with me all the time because I'll lose track of time or I'll start doing something new and forget what I'm supposed to be doing. So set a timer on your phone for these 3 sessions. Okay. All right. All right. So now let's talk about this tool that I'm talking about. Okay. This tool is designed to get you into action. I learned this from Amy Porterfield. She's an online course creator, and time zone Eastern, New York. Okay, I'm in Virginia, but it's Eastern time zone. All right. So the tool I want to tell you about is called DSD. So tell me in the chat if any of you guys have heard of it. DSD, and that stands for do something different. Okay. And it's like you guys want something new, right? Maybe you want to be your own boss. You're tired of getting nowhere. Maybe you've started and stopped and started and stopped, which is exhausting, right? And you're just stuck. So what I want you to do is break the cycle, okay? Because you can't show up the person you were 5 minutes ago and expect your life to change, right? It doesn't work that way. I wish it did, right? But it doesn't. So you're going to need to do something different, all right? So the first step of this is think about why. Like, what do you want? And we're going to talk about that in the training. What do you want, right? Do you want to quit your job? Do you want to work from home with flexibility? Do you want to control your time, your income? Tell me in the chat, like, why are you here? What do you want? Why are you thinking about being a VA? And, and I'll tell you, unless you've already achieved it, you're going to need to do something different. And I'm going to give you some ideas on what that can be. All right. But for me, I wanted to be able to be home when my daughter got home from school. I wanted to be in charge of my money. Having a job is great because you can depend on the paycheck like every 2 weeks. Like my husband gets paid every Thursday, I think. And every Thursday, a certain amount of money just cha-ching, like goes into the bank account. But I wanted to be able to work harder and get a result now, not wait to go into the boss and get it whatever he thought he could afford 6 months from now, right? I wanted to be in charge of that. And I wanted flexibility, and I wanted variety. I wanted variety in my work. I'm a lifelong learner. I know a lot of you are. It's kind of part of the ADHD superpower. And I like to learn new things. Yeah. So Sacred Pause After 50 says freedom. Missouri says all of the above. I'm tired of being broke. Yeah. You know what I got really sick of? Having my cell phone turned off every month because I didn't have the money to pay the bill, and then I would figure it out, right? And Crystal says, I want to own my own time and get paid for it. Yes. So Jai says, work from home and also make more than enough money in order to stop choosing between which bills to pay or not. Tired of struggling. I know. Nandy, I love staying home, but I also love money. I love money too. So I see VA as the best sort of decision. Yes, absolutely. And Eunice wants to have freedom of choice. Yeah. And you guys, I want to be really clear about something because a lot of people say they want time freedom. And I want to set the expectation because being a VA, you don't have time freedom, but what you do have is time flexibility. Right. So for me to make the income that I wanted to make, which was $100,000 a year, I needed to work between 35 and 37 hours a week. Now I could do that nights, weekends, 6 a.m., but I had to put the time in. So I had time flexibility, which is very different. Okay. So, and I wanted to be home. The thing that I really, when I was in corporate for 17 years, and I would see people, their kids would get sick. And they'd like schlep to the boss's, office and tell him. And then they would like, this is before there was, the internet. and and it was a whole thing. They'd go home and it was like this shame thing. And then you're trying to take care of your kid and you're answering the phone, you're trying to be on phone calls, and it's just terrible. It's a terrible way to live. And I saw that enough in corporate that when I had Emily, I didn't want that to happen, right? I did not want that to happen. Yeah. So Robin says, having 4 weeks of vacation each year over 7 years exhausted me to the point of no return. I never want to be in that situation again. And having a company cut my pay when I achieve well over my goal. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Good afternoon from London. Hello. Oh, done asking permission to have a life. I know you guys, my husband has a job. He's a job guy. He just has a job. That's, and I've offered to just help him start a business, and he's just not wired that way. Everybody's not, and that's okay. But we're going to a wedding on next weekend, weekend after next, in Connecticut, and there was this other event that we wanted to go to, and we can't because he only gets a certain amount of days off, and we need to use there's a mid-course correction. We've decided to use them for something else, and so we're not able to do that, and it's okay. But I could go, no problem. I could work in the car, Yeah. 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 And Desiree said, I want a business that actually allows me to use my skills and my smarts and be something I enjoy to be. That's right. Oh, Michelle's from Connecticut. Oh, that's awesome. Tell me where in Connecticut. I lived in Fairfield County. I lived there for the last 8 years. A year and a half ago, we moved to Virginia. But I went to high school in Connecticut too. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay. So you know what you want. Yay. We're going to talk way more about that in the training. Okay. So here's what you have to do. Okay. Are you ready for step number 1? Do something different. Okay. So if you usually don't attend the sessions live because it's inconvenient, attend them live. Okay. And because when you're attending live, you're sitting up a little bit, higher in your seat, you're paying more attention. And if you're someone who multitasks during trainings, don't do that. Do something different. Okay. Now I know that I'm preaching to the choir because you guys are here live right now. I get that, but make time to be live. All right. Make time to be live and to show up. Now, if you're someone, I used to be like this. I felt like there wasn't enough time during the live training to do the work, so I would put it off, right? Don't do that. Do something different. Do the homework. Download the workbook. It's at the hub right now. Wait, though, until I'm done. Okay, vabusinesshub.com. Download the workbook and do the homework, right? That's where the breakthrough is. That's where the breakthrough is. Or how about this? So maybe you never get an accountability buddy. You're like, I'm going to do this alone. I don't want to bother anybody. Get an accountability partner. There's a post in the Facebook group. If you guys aren't in the Facebook group, do something different. Join the Facebook group. Okay. It's a lot of fun over there. I'm going live every day. Yesterday, I showed everybody my chickens. So get an accountability partner. There's a post where you can reach out to someone. Reach out to someone in the chat right now, right? There's a whole bunch of you that are here. Okay. So if you would never do that because you're an introvert like me, do it. All right. That's your DSD. You've got to DSD yourself to get bigger results, and you deserve bigger results. You're here for a reason. Now, I was able to create a 6-figure income because I was willing to be more courageous. I was willing to bet on myself for the first time in a very long time. I was willing to take steps in my business even when it was uncomfortable. So, running these trainings is a big deal for me. I get anxious, but I also get excited. And I want you to know I am out of my comfort zone during these trainings. So I'm not asking you to do anything I wouldn't do. Okay. So tell me, what is your DSD going to be? How are you going to step out of your comfort zone? Okay. Good. So I'm going to wait. All right. I'm going to wait. Okay. All right. So what is the Facebook group name and the hub address? Okay. So I'm going to give that to you right now. Okay. I happen to have it. I think I happen to have it handy. Let's just see. Let's just see. Hold on a second. Okay. So I'll tell you the hub is vabusinesshub.com. All right. vabusinesshub.com. And the Facebook group is right here. Okay, I have a fancier link, but this is going to work for now. Okay, there it is. Let's see if it's how it's going to post. We're using a software called StreamYard, which is amazing. I love it. Facebook has kind of made it more challenging to use. Oh, it cannot post that link. All right, so here's what you do. Go to Facebook, search for VA Business Launchpad. with Belinda Sandor, September 2025. Now, we've been running these for years, so make sure it says September 2025 or you're going to be in a ghost town, okay? So VA Business Launchpad with Belinda Sandor, and it posted on YouTube and it posted on Facebook. It did, but it did not post somewhere else. So see what you can do. All right. Now I want to give you an example of a DSD that I did. Okay. So I decided I wanted a healthier body. So the problem here is I really like Diet Coke. I like potato chips. I like everything bagels with cream cheese. And I don't feel like I have time to exercise most days, right? I don't feel like I do. But I decided to focus on what I want versus what I don't want. I want to feel good in my body. I want my clothes to fit me. I want to be able to go on a 15-mile bike ride with my husband. I want to be able to, at 80 years old, living on the farm like I'm living on a farm, be able to, pull the corn out of the ground. I want to be able to lean down and get the eggs out of the nesting boxes. I want to be able to fill the water container up for the chickens. That's what I want. And so I eat good food every day. And I exercise rain or shine. Recently, in the last 3 months, I started weight training. At like 64 years old, I'm lifting weights and people are like, whoa, but I feel stronger. This morning, I brought 5 gallons of water out to the chickens. I can see results already. And it's not because I want to do it. It's because I want the result. So I'm willing to do something different. Okay. So all right, so let me shift here. So I want you to think about if you've ever wished you'd done something and then walked away when you got the chance and then you later felt disappointed. Have you ever done that? I've definitely done that, and I think the reason is because that we get disappointed is because we want to be someone who would take a different action. So see, we want to be the type of person who would lean into it, right? And so I really had to think about that because there's things that I don't want to do, but I want to be the type of person who. So let me try to make this more clear. So I want to be the type of person who at 80 can grab the eggs, right? I want to be a person who at all ages feels good in their body. I want to be healthy. I want to be fit, all of those things. I wanted to be the type of person who's patient with my children, my daughter and my stepsons. And so I want to know, what's the type of person you want to be? What's the type of person you want to be? I want to be the type of person who reads good books. So I make that a priority. So think about that. It's almost like a mini vision. I want to be the kind of person who, and it keeps me in my heart. It keeps me kind. So tell me in the chat, what kind of person do you want to be? And now that you know about DSD, I want to encourage you to take actions to get closer to that. So that just means you're going to have to change. You're going to have to monitor your thoughts and you're going to have to change how you spend your time. But if you think about it, like the social media scroll, I gave that up many months ago. I was doing it at night in the dark on my computer, until I went to bed, and I just realized it made me feel bad, and so I changed it up and I do something different. So tell me, what's your DSD? Put it in the comments because saying it out loud is going to make a big difference. Okay. Let me know your DSDs. So I want to tell you something about confidence. A lot of you, while you're telling me your DSD, confidence, a lot of people wait for confidence. But the truth about confidence is it comes when you have a proven track record. It comes from doing, and confidence takes time. It's not something you can think your way into, right? It takes action to build confidence. And that's why I want you to do something different. All right. Courage comes before confidence. Courage takes a leap of faith. Courage is just doing it. Right. And so I want you to do it even if you're scared, because you want to be a person who. Okay. You want to be a person who. So all I want you to do for our next week together is bring courage. Okay. You don't need to show up with confidence. You don't need a plan. If you have confidence, great, but it's not a prerequisite for starting a successful virtual assistant business. Courage is something I tap into every day. So bring your courage. Okay. So ask yourself, how can I DSD something? How can I DSD something in this training? So if you don't typically show up live, I'm going to. If you don't typically go into Facebook groups and talk to people, do it, right? If you don't typically do the homework, do the homework, okay? If you don't usually sign up for the VIP status, sign up for the VIP status, okay? So think your way through it. All right, so someone wants to start getting ready. Her DSD is to start content creation. Donna wants to feel better physically. Yes, that's huge. I got to tell you, huge. DSD is do something different. Yes. So tell me, and then some of you are saying that you're going to attend the training. That's awesome. You're going to do the homework. You're going to show up live. Great. Okay, good. So what I want you to do and what I want you to know is that when you start DSDing in one area of your life, this training, you're going to start doing it other places. And it's a way of life for me. It's a way of life for me, and it serves me well. And that's why I wanted to share it with you. Okay. So today, the trainings, people are asking questions in the comments. I can see that. Thank you. So the trainings are today. The next training is today. The first training is noon today, Eastern. So we're going to be on YouTube, the business page, the pop-up Facebook group, LinkedIn, all the places. You'll get an email if you haven't already. There's a way to download all the links to your calendar. If you go over to vabusinesshub.com, scroll down where it says add everything to the calendar. It's a huge picture of me. You can't miss it. Big red button. Click that. Everything will be downloaded to your calendar. I think you need to do it on your computer. I do not think it works on your phone. Okay. Something is telling me that happened in the past. So do it on your computer, all the links, and we'll be adding new trainings as we go. There's going to be some bonus sessions. It's going to get exciting as this training progresses. So those will be added automatically when you subscribe to the calendar. Okay. So Ash says her DSD is to start her VA business. Good for you. And Shabir says to start my UGC platform. I have no idea what that is, but that sounds good. Okay. And Robin says, I'm taking small steps toward the life I want, even though I don't have a full plan. This is one of those steps. Good for you. Good for you. That's awesome. That's how it starts. Okay. Now, training number 1 is in a couple of hours. It's at noon Eastern. And it's called Why Virtual Assistance is the Smartest Way to Work from Home Right Now. I believe that virtual assistance is the smartest way to make consistent money working from home. I've been doing it since 2010. I've had over 20,000 billable hours, tons of experience. And this whole week is about, or these 3 sessions is really about me lifting the hood and answering all your questions and sharing as much information as I can so you can make a decision if you want to do that too. That's what this is all about. Do I want to be a VA? Does this look viable? What can I do? How close am I to getting started? And to make some decisions about what to do next. Okay, good. So VIPers, I'll see you at 2 o'clock. Everybody else, I'll see you at noon. So DSD your way through this training, okay? All right, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. And I will see you guys in a little bit, okay? Take good care. Bye for now.